Well, I bet you that this is a place that you have never seen before. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the latest episode of Tritoncraft. And wouldn't you know it, this is right inside of the original base on my original island. It's my little green screen room. And you know what? This might be like a little peek behind the curtain. Spoilers, don't look over there. Don't. This has to be something that like other YouTubers and stuff have to do, right? Because how else do you get like a transparent, I mean, maybe there's probably something else that I don't know about, but like I take pictures in here and then I chroma out, you know, the green background. Like it's my green screen room. It's my little green screen room. Other Minecrafters have to have something like this, right? But anyway, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I've got so much to tell you about, so much to show you today here in Tritoncraft. But oh, don't, we can't be looking over at the spoiler wall. Cannot be looking at that. So we, I hear it too. Squish, 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 squish. But there are so many things that still need to be done over here on the main island. And I kind of want to wrap up everything over here and really call this whole area finished. So I am dedicating myself to finishing everything here before I go back over to the magical village to work on any projects over there. And I miss that place. I miss it so much. I want to get back over there so fast and get working. Ow. I really miss this hair. I don't have this hair in the Spring Creek SMP because Java Edition, you can't have like hair, like tufts of hair like they have on the Bedrock skins. I really think they should have something like that because I would love to have this rock and rolling in there. But anyway, what I decided to do was, wow. Turn the camera on. What I decided to do is I decided to make a little book of all of the different things that I have yet to do here on this main island or in this main island area. Some of it's not necessarily in this main island, and some of this stuff is also like Nether related. And that's what these signs are on the wall behind me here, and that's also what is in this. But where'd that go? Did I put that back in the item frame? I can see it. That's what all this stuff here is as well. If you can see in here, all this stuff on the wall behind me matches up with all of this stuff. But this is all of the stuff that we have yet to finish over here on this island. And there's just so many things yet. Like, my actual house is still not done yet. I want to finish the Cactus Farm. It still doesn't have a roof. It hasn't had a roof since I finished it. I also did reroute the cactus line because I'm trying to eliminate lag over here. And one of the things I'm trying to do to eliminate lag is not let cactus just sit, because they were basically, once they filled up all the chests and hoppers inside of the farm, they're just sitting there. They're literally just sitting in there. And, you know, all those extra entities is just making lag. We have the collection system for the ice farm. We made that big ice farm to do the ice boat road, and we don't have a collection system for the ice farm so we can collect all the ice that it makes. We need to continue and complete the island that the ice farm is sitting on. We need to build, and this was an idea I actually just found in my little book that I had written down for different, and this was probably a year and a half ago, of different things that I wanted to build over here. Some cool looking little alien spires, kind of using the purple and the stone theme that I've been doing on this island since I started building over here. Alien spires kind of rising up out of the ocean at a few different points, and maybe mix in some coal and some blackstone and some of those different kinds of things in there as well. We've got our Nether tree farm. Right now it's just a dinky little island that connects to nothing, sitting right next to my house and right next to the actual tree farm. We need to hook that up, get some storage rocking and rolling with that thing, and get a little bit more automation going over there. We need to finish the giant turtle that's over the top of the kelp farms. If you guys have been watching this series for a very long time, I built a structure there once upon a time and then hated it and got rid of it. So we got a lot of, I still got to figure out what I want to build over there. There are some decorations that still need to be done over at our Guardian farm. Now, granted, some of these, and this will be a theme here, some of these are much bigger than the others. Some of them are like tiny little jobs. Like I'll be able to do them in like a half an hour, like just kind of quick, super quick patch ups like this. There was one part of the Ocean Temple I didn't finish decorating when I built that Guardian farm. Just got to do that and it'll be absolutely done. We can do some decorations on the interior there though. There aren't a lot of those. the boat for the farmer's market island. Guys, I've got so much stuff. I've got a lot of stuff actually to show you guys over at the farmer's market that I've changed even since the last episode. And thank you so much, by the way, for all the amazing feedback and comments on the farmer's market. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that you guys are loving that build as much as I am. We have our Black Pit Island, the one that I built probably over 2 years ago at this point, definitely over 2 years ago at this point. I really need to get that guy done as well. We need to relocate our zombies, just in case we ever need them for curing villagers again. I've got them name tagged, and I got to do something with them. I don't know what though. Maybe we'll move them to somewhere so we can kind of lock them in place and maybe use them as employees for something somewhere. We've got more work to do on the overworld highway. I want to continue one more loop of it and then finish all of the support structure for it. And then of course we have the ice boat road. This one is actually going to be in 2 parts. You'll notice on the book here, I put it in part 1 and part 2 because the ice boat road is a massive thing. So part 1 would go all the way to the corner where it turns. And then part 2 would be that corner to the magical village. That may very well be the last thing I do. So if I do pull the ice boat road, we're going to shuffle it back in there. Just a couple more here. Nether highway. There's still a lot of work to be done on the Nether highway. Every time I take the Nether highway, I inevitably get shot by a ghast because there's portions that don't have a roof. That needs to be done. The Crimson Outpost. So when 1.16 came out, I extended the Nether highway all the way in one of the directions. I can't remember. I think north. And went until I found the new Nether biomes, and I plan to build an outpost there. I need to finish that guy. And then there's a bastion that's right near Mandy's mansion that I actually want to link up to the Nether highway as well, build a bridge that links over to that. So these are all of the projects. This glorious wall right here, these are all of the projects that I still want to finish before we go back over and work at the magical village. We've got so many things left to do here because some of this stuff is going to take a hot minute. But some of the stuff is also not going to be like the building the ice boat road is like so monotonous and jeez. So some of that stuff you're going to just see the results in episodes. Some of it I will actually do in an episode. But what we are going to do is we are going to use the randomificator 5 million here. Which basically, and I've shuffled through these in my inventory and spit them all out and stuck them back in and spit them back out and just kind of entered them into the shulker in random order. And then basically, they go into the hopper and then they will end up in this little dispenser here. And then when I push the button, it's going to randomly dispense one of these things. So I have no idea what this thing is going to spit out here, but it's going to be what we're going to be working on in the next episode of Tritoncraft, or maybe later this episode. I don't know, but we're going to be working on it. Gonna be working on it. I'll stop that now. I'm watching you. Oh, that looked unfortunate. But yeah, why don't we not, let's not waste any time here. Let's hit the button and let's see what our random, actually this book goes right back, right there. Let's see what our task is going to be for today. Here we go. So this is the Ice Farm Island. So the island that the Ice Farm is sitting on, that is our task that we have been given. Oh, wow, chat? Oh man, I was really hoping. I kind of wanted an easy one. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted an easy one. The Ice Farm Island is not gonna be easy. It's a lot of dirt to be placed. It's a lot of structure to be filled, but I'm not gonna fill the whole thing in. So that is definitely something that we are going to be tackling in the second half of this episode, getting that island constructed. And it's good because we can kind of get some of the stuff cleaned up over there. This is what we're going to be doing. This is the order of business right here. This will take us to episode 50 and beyond of this series. So why don't we head outside and let's take a look and let's see kind of the state of that island really quick. And then I want to head over to the farmer's market so we can check something else out over there and take a look at something. And what? Don't even think of what? Put it away now. Oh, okay. No more chest monsters. What is happening here? What in the world? Oh my. Oh, this is unfortunate. Oh, take care of this. Stop being lazy. Oh, yeah. Bort. Bort. Hello? Bort, do you mind? He's just not going to give up. He just really wants to be on top of the stonecutter. Okay. Yeah, so this is the chest monster from the farm. This is the chest monster from the farmer's market build. And yeah, I really desperately do need to take care of this. If I don't make myself take care of it, it's gonna sit here. I kind of actually, honest to God, did forget about these signs for a minute until I came out of the thing. And then remembered I put them there because that was where I saved my game. And I haven't actually played Tritoncraft in a hot minute because I've been so busy doing other stuff, working on the Spring Creek SMP. I'm almost ready to release the first episode on that. I finally finished recording it and teaching myself replay mod and all those kinds of things. So I'm super, super excited about that. But yeah, we've got to get this chest monster sorted. We got to get this thing taken care of. Don't even think about it. Bloop. I won't. Put it away now. Well, maybe. No more chest monsters. I agree. Welcome back, everybody. And I did this on purpose because I didn't want anybody to be like, Nick, you just cheated in editing. We know you really didn't take care of it. I did. Oh, it took forever. Oh my goodness. I had so many boxes, just so much stuff, all out and about. But the last thing literally to take care of is the signs that I had put up to tell myself to take care of it. And there we go. That is 100% completely taken care of. I mean, just what an undertaking. Let's take a look now at the ice farm here. And most specifically, we're not building the collection system today, which this is kind of good because I'll kind of need the island to be in place, I would think, first. Also, I killed a lot of mobs over here, apparently. Another chest monster, another chest monster over here to build this island. And what I started doing a little bit of a decorative kind of motif over here. You can see we've got some soil here. You can see some coarse dirt here underneath the ice. And I think that looks really, really fantastic. Problem is that was taking forever. It was taking forever to try to do these variations in real time. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to build the entire island structure out of dirt. We're going to build the entire thing. And then we're going to come in and we're going to start doing these little secondary spruce ups. We're going to add a lot of gravel to kind of tie it into the seafloor, going up, especially the lower portions of it. And then we'll go in there, we'll shovel it out, we'll dig it out, and we'll throw some other stuff in here. And of course, I mean, if you sneak down underneath the bottom side here, ooh, yeah, there's nothing in here. There's absolutely nothing in here. This is going to stay open. This would take ages to fill. I mean, you're talking like double chest after double chest after double chest of blocks just to fill this in. There's no need to. There's no reason to. I'm not going to waste the time. I'm going to get it super, super lit up so nothing can spawn in here. And that includes like things like glow squid and axolotls and stuff. I just want to get like so much stuff in here so that way we don't have any issues. But this is going to be our project today. So let's go take a look at that chest monster. Let's see what kind of stuff we've got. There we go. Let's go see what kind of stuff we've got floating around over in that chest monster. Look at that. There's some glow squids down there. Yeah, down in this thing, we've got some sand, of course. We've got a bunch of dirt. I think that's dirt too. No, that's a mixture of dirt and a whole bunch of other stuff. We've got some random stuff. This is for redstone for the actual structure itself. Now, remember, we're not doing the structure itself. I haven't even done that to the other side of this or put decorations over those sea lanterns because I don't want those visible. But I love that depth there where you see that ice wall kind of behind everything. More cobblestone and stone, more cobblestone, more cobblestone. I mean, there's just tons and tons of stuff in here. Now that 1.17 is out, I probably will try to throw some tuff in here as well. I really do love tuff as a decorative block in with all these other things that we've got going on in here. But yeah, basically, I'm going to get this island worked up here. And we're just going to grab like a whole bunch of dirt. Let me tell you, I've been playing in Java and I really miss the ability to just shift click, like double click like that dirt block and all that dirt would have just gone right in there. I really, really miss that feature now that I'm here playing on Tritoncraft. But we're going to have to make do. We have to make do. Good thing is we have conduit power down here. We can breathe. Also, I need to figure out a way to change the way that this support is anchored here because this can't stay here. Yeah, this absolutely can't stay here because the island is going to continue to come out. Same thing with the one that's further down there. I think there was a conduit somewhere in the middle here, and that's why it's hanging underneath the ice farm instead, because I just had to remove everything. we'll figure that out. We'll get everything kind of sussed out here as we get building. Maybe we'll have just some little island shelves, like maybe somewhere like halfway down, like some shelves with some stone and other things mixed in there that these things can kind of fill into. I think that would actually be really, really, really cool. So, you know what? It's time to get building. It's time to get some dirt placed. I will be back and show you kind of the finished shape for this island. I'm really, really grateful to be at this stage of the late game. Welcome back, everybody. It's like, this is a job. This is a job. This is such a grind, and like, I wouldn't have been able to do this early game. Like, there's just so much to go in here, but you can see as we swim around underneath the ice farm that the island is, well, it's mostly done. It's mostly done. So I ran out of dirt. I used the entire shulker box that I had emptied out before, and then I used another one on top of that. And you know, I'm going to be digging a bunch of this out and adding things like, oh wow. I'm going to be adding a whole bunch of other things in here as well. You know, like stone, cobblestone, some of that soul soil, coarse dirt. Like, I'm going to be mixing it up with a lot of other stuff. So I decided to stop there because I'm going to recycle some of this dirt back, and I'll be able to fill in the gaps that we have missed. But the majority of this is actually done, and I'm really, really liking it. And what I've been doing now, you'll notice this is nice and kind of flat in here. So I'm not going to make it perfectly flat, like all the way inside. Like, this little ridge is going to stay here. But I've been ripping all the gravel out of here, and then basically we're going to recycle this gravel, and we're going to kind of build sidewalls up parts of the island on the exterior. And, you know, I mean, this is just, like I said, this has just been a grind. This is just that kind of Minecraft work where, you know, everybody wants to do it, but nobody really wants to see it. You know, but I mean, like, there's something about like just doing this kind of work, like in general in this world, that just makes me feel so good. It makes me feel like I'm actually finally getting some things wrapped up, getting some things finished. Actually, I was going to show you guys outside, and now I got to collect this gravel that I'm digging up. So hang on. Not going to lie, it's really, really frustrating to collect blocks from inside of this thing just because of the way they float up and they get stuck in like all these little crevices inside of here. But yeah. So I know I had talked about this at the beginning part of the video. Is like, I didn't know what I was going to do necessarily with all this stuff. Like, I didn't know necessarily what I was going to do with the legs. And what I decided to do is I decided to kind of wrap the island in and around them. Like, maybe some blasting work. And I think I'm going to replace a lot of this with stone and cobblestone and stuff. You know, just because like maybe we did some blast work, or, you know, whomever installed the highway did some blast work to install these pillars. Instead of trying to anchor them to the island, they wanted to anchor them to the sea floor. So I really think that actually makes a lot more sense. Also, this one is made with polished diorite, and I'm guessing this must be like my original concept of this before I decided to do it with end bricks, because this one's done with it as well. But then that's the only other one. That one down there is also done with end bricks. That must be somehow related to that. Then what I also decided to do, because there's a ravine right here, and this one rests on the edge of a ravine, I basically decided to bring the island out and have it meet the edge of the ravine. So it just kind of mimics like right along the edge of that, just with a little bit of a cut in for that. And like I said, this is going to look a lot better once we get a lot of stone and those other kind of elements in here. And then, like I said, we're just going to kind of end up using some of the gravel, and we're going to come in, well, maybe not necessarily here or whatever, and that should be sand right there. But, you know, basically we're going to kind of come into like these different areas, and we're going to add some gravel back in here and kind of like make like little risers coming up the walls or whatever. So that way, you know, I don't know. Like, it just looks like maybe some more sediment that is settled down against the edges of this thing. Uh-oh, there's a zombie coming over here for me. And then, you know, we're gonna get around here. We're gonna populate some different stuff down here. There were a couple different openings down below here that actually opened up into a cave, which I instead cut out. I connected the caves together and closed them off from the top part. So now you can kind of swim through from the other side to get over to the ravine. That's what leads over here. But, you know, I didn't want you to be able to access the underside of the island. It is going to be completely closed off. We're going to have all the collection systems for the ice farm and everything in there. And I'm actually thinking So I'm thinking, I know that's dangerous territory, but I'm really, really thinking that I'm going to actually add in a whole bunch of sea lanterns into this mess. Because I really don't want drowned spawning in here, or if they do, I want them to despawn. And honestly, like, I wouldn't really want to have Axel. Ow. I always hit this conduit. I wouldn't want axolotl or glow squid spawning in here either. So I'm really thinking I'm going to add a whole bunch. See, look at all these things. I miss a bunch of them all the time because they get stuck on all the little alcoves. I didn't exactly know where the footprint of the island was going to be, so that's why I didn't clear it out ahead of time. And I mean, the ice farm was built first and everything's kind of been built after that. Not necessarily the most efficient or effective way of doing things, but hey, it works. I'm going to get the rest of this gravel and stuff out of here. Oh, there's a little baby axolotl. The cuteness. Cannot handle the cuteness. But yeah, I'm going to get the rest of this gravel dug out of here. We'll probably level out a little bit more of this land. And then I'm going to grab some sea lanterns, like I said. Part of me wants to cover the entire floor of them. That seems a little extra, but I'm a little extra. Look at this face. What about this face does not scream absolutely extra? So we'll see what we end up doing. I tell you, sometimes you just get into a grind and you just start putting in the hours. And before you know it, you have transformed it into something kind of completely other than what you had envisioned. Well, welcome back, everybody. And so the outer shell of the ice farm is still not done. As you can see, we are still a lot of dirt there, and that probably is like the biggest of the jobs that I still have left to do. But we have been so incredibly busy. Look at the details going on in here. So I used the same color palette that we will be using in the island build itself. We've got some soil rocking in here. There's some sea lanterns hiding under there. I really should replace those stone bricks and stuff. However, I don't necessarily know if I can be bothered to. We've got some cobblestone. We've got some coarse dirt rocking in here. We do have a little bit of soul sand, so we've got some little bubble vader action going on in here. And then I just kind of started chucking in some different things in here to really decorate out the area. I really wish there was a way to stop kelp from growing, like, beyond this. Like, I know kelp, when it reaches a certain age, will stop growing. I'm kind of going through here and, like, proactively breaking this stuff to hopefully stop it from growing, because I don't want it all to grow all the way up to the ceiling. Speaking of which, you'll see some dripstone colonies hanging out up there. I still haven't finished decorating this ceiling yet. You can see we're just kind of doing these little dirt clusters and everything. And this goes all the way down over in here into the other end. What I may actually end up doing is I may actually end up putting some kind of glass viewing windows looking into here, because it's kind of almost like this little aquarium kind of thing almost in here. I'll tell you what, one of the things I still desperately need to get done for this farm, besides this other side here and some decorations, I think we're going to do some just kind of icicles, big ice hanging over the side. Big ice. I have the ice. I have it. I'm going to do some ice and stuff hanging over the sides, but I also need to do entrances for this thing, because this is the main catwalk of this thing, but we don't have like a good entrance to get in here, and that needs to definitely be rectified. But I did get the system taken care of for the sorting of the items, and we've got our water flow. It goes into like this 3 wine patch of packed ice here. We have water source above the previous one, so that way there's no loss. I mean, I know that it would have produced very little loss, because the only way you'd lose items is if they fell directly on that bit of ice where there's no flowing water. The ice is going to land on the catwalks. It lands on this catwalk here. It lands on the scaffolding. There's nothing you can do to stop it, so you're going to get lost there regardless, because of the way the farm's designed. There is no way to eliminate that, again, because of the way the farm's designed. But this farm is so huge. Like, I forget how many chunks this thing spans. It spans quite a few, though. It's 100 blocks in plus long, I think. I'd have to actually go back to watch that episode on the ice farm, so that way I could actually take a look at it. But yeah, you drop into the water here, and then this way, this will eliminate any excess loss in here. Everything flows over here to the center. Everything over here, and this is actually an odd number of blocks, so this actually worked out perfectly. Everything is perfectly even coming into this exact point right here, which I need to replace that block there, because this is where our water stream takes it down into the pipe system.
The Iceman cometh.
You can't listen. You can't build an ice farm and not have Mr. Freeze puns from Batman and Robin. I don't think you can. I'm not humanly capable of such things anyway.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Uh-oh. I'm stuck. I gotta get into swim mode, so I want to show you guys the rest of these too, because I had such a blast doing this. I just make myself giggle sometimes so much, and I just love it. I love it. I think I gotta take this one out too. There we go. All right.
A laundry service that delivers. Wow.
That was not even ice related. I just love it when he does that quote.
You are not sending me to the cooler. Tonight. Hell.
Oh, he's mad now.
Is over. Winter has come at last.
I think this is the last one down here.
Is the party over?
What did I just collect? Bamboo. Bamboo from the bamboo farm. Get out of here. Go to your collection system. I don't need you. But yeah, we have the entire collection system in place for our ice. I want to show you guys this on the exterior as well, but I decided to use some tinted glass in here. I also placed purple block for the first time in like 2 years in this game, because I made like a lot of the buildings over here use obviously purple as like a generally decorative block, like, you know, all these different other farms and stuff. But I really have not had an opportunity to use it since then. So yeah, this goes here, and I actually need to grab another slabby gem so I can stick it inside on the collection system in there. But you can see we've got, oh, there's a bunch of zombies floating around up top, and that's always good. I gotta build a little support down here underneath this as well, but this is half slabs on the bottom, so that way it kind of covers up the ice flow portion of it. And just tinted glass all the way around. That's why it got so dark in there when we were swimming around. I just chucked some sand on the top, like maybe some sand has just kind of collected on top of it over time. I also wanted to stick some sea lanterns or some sea pickles on there. And yeah, I really, really love this. I think that this turned out... Why did it end up out here? Also, I wish Bedrock had stats for, like, mob kills and stuff. And I've got, like, a skelly farm and everything, but there's no way the number of drowned that I've killed is not, like, astronomically stupid. Because I started this, I'm, like, 95% sure this was during the update Aquatic, like, right after the update Aquatic came out, is when I got back into Minecraft, and Bedrock spawning mechanics for the oceans used to be horribly broken. I mean, if you ask me, they're probably still a little bit broken, because, like, so many drowned spawn, it's stupid. But, whatever. But yeah, I have killed, I'm so tired of doing projects in the water, because I hate dealing with the drowned. But I kind of like this little, it looks like, you know, there's a little bit of a structure here. We're going to add some different elements on the outside of this thing as well. We're not just going to leave it all of the dirt and everything, because that's the last major thing, aside from, like, the decorations and the structure itself, that really needs to get done here. I mean, it's just a matter of finishing up the grind, but you guys definitely have to let me know what you think of the interior of this farm. I do want to get some more dripstone, add some more dripstone in some of these different areas here, coming down, hanging down from the ceiling and whatnot. And, like, this is probably pretty much going to stay the way that it is. I don't really foresee myself changing the ceiling of this place a whole lot. Like, I just want to have a lot of dirt clusters and some of the dripstone clusters. I'm kind of waiting for more dripstone to grow while I'm doing other work on the farm, and then I'll probably come back in here at the end, go harvest all my dripstone again, come back in here and, you know, add what little more bits and bobs that I can. I really do kind of just like having the different variations of it. We may add some ice clusters down here as well. Like, I'm thinking about adding, like, a couple of, like, big ice clusters, like packed ice and maybe even a little bit of blue ice flecked in there. Because I kind of, like, really love... We're getting close to Tommy's castle over here. And I kind of really love the idea of kind of sticking maybe not exactly. Oh, it's not nighttime anymore. Okay, well, that's good. I like the idea of kind of sticking at least a little bit close to his motif, like of the design here, where he chucked, and he's got a lot more blue ice in here than I would definitely use, because I need blue ice also for the Nether highway, but that's beside the point. But yeah, I kind of really like that different mixture, like the different kinds of ice, and like having the ice overgrow things using snow blocks and stuff, although I don't think I can use those underwater. So I think I would have to stick to just the ice. But yeah, I mean, and then we're going to leave the carpeting on the top wherever I'm not dealing with a lot of ice and stuff like that. So yeah, it's coming along. It's definitely coming along. I mean, I am really, really glad to be actually getting a lot of quality work done on this build. I really, really am. So I am going to grab some more blocks. I'm going to get my butt back to work here, and I will check in with you guys later. Well, I do not know about you guys, but I cannot see a thing. I also love that it's like raining right over there. It's also snowing. What is it with like video outros and like precipitation in this game? I really don't understand how that necessarily works. I also should probably pay attention to where I'm going, because mobs are going to be spawning out here, and I'll probably blow something up, and it won't be the, oh, we got zombies over there. Oh my god, we've got so much stuff going on here. Oh, why? Oh my goodness. Let me tell you how exhausting this has been. So I know I pulled Ice Farm Island from the thing here. Oh, I hate that there's creeper. There's all sorts of stuff over here. Oh god, we've got to get some stuff reset here. Okay, that is a lot better. But yeah, I know I pulled Ice Farm Island from the thing, but there was no way, like, I didn't make a separate note for like the ice farm proper, just for the collection system, which I have also done, as you guys have already seen, although I had to fix it because I'm an idiot, and I'm sure you were probably yelling at me in the comment section down below. But let's head into our farm proper here so we can take a look at the inside first. Winter has come at last. I love it. And just some instructions here. Ice is delivered to the storage room. Yeah, we chucked in some crying obsidian up there along with the regular obsidian. There's so much detail work, and like this has taken me over a week. Like over a week of, now granted, I do not get like the most amount of free time to play, but literally like I think I've been on Spring Creek like once or twice in the past week, just because I've been so busy, and whenever I would just need a break from this, I would just go on there and work on my projects on there. Thank you so much for watching those episodes and for the feedback on those episodes as well. And I really hope you're enjoying the Spring Creek server. But yeah, I mean, there is so much kind of minute little detail work, so many different times. I had to scaffold up, scaffold down, like all these different things that we had to build in here. But the ice farm is 100% complete. I am so whoa. Oh god, I am so excited to show you guys everything that we've got going on here. So this is the site that has changed the least. You will now see that we have these kind of like little icicle things. Like basically it's just like overgrowths of ice maybe have grown over the sides of the building. You can see like chucking in here, we've got some of the blue ice, tons of packed ice. There's so much packed ice in this thing, it's ridiculous. And then we've got other blocks and stuff, like the same stuff we used in the island build. I'm going to show you all that stuff as well. Tons and tons and tons and tons of blocks here. I also am really a big fan. I had to go to the Nether 2 separate times to refill my soul sand because I used literally every single block of it that I have. I don't ever run out of anything in this world because I've had this world for so long now. It's very, very rare that I actually run out of something. I have to go mine it. But yeah, I love this. I almost liken it to kind of like chocolate sauce or something, is kind of the way it looks, like drizzled over the sides, but we just kind of have these like darker mud areas that are like flowing down over top of everything. And then I like that we got this cobble deeps, like these little thin veins in here, and then the stone, cobblestone, and andesite. And we chucked some gravel back in here to kind of make it look like some natural gravel had settled back in on the sides of the island here. There's a trident right there for some reason. I haven't been down here in forever, so I don't know what that's all about. And I just kind of chucked little small intervals here and there. you can see inside. There's just little tiny little porthole kind of things, I guess, little tiny viewing windows. I really should have depth strider and respiration right there. Oh God, I can swim so much faster. I'm like, why am I swimming so slow? I was really confused for a moment. But yeah, like this, like nice little viewing window. I actually ended up moving the conduit there. The conduit had to get moved, and it's now in the middle underneath the entire farm here. I want to show you guys inside of there as well. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to chalk in some, like, you know, just some detail work. So this definitely stands out from, like, you know, your normal oceanic stuff. And I love the idea that, like, maybe just like some kind of mud or something like that is just spilled out from the sides and poured all the way down here to the ocean floor in like a few different spots. And just kind of continue moving over to this side over here. Same kind of thing over here. I basically just went through because I had the whole dirt superstructure here, as you guys saw before. And then some blocks I placed over it and some blocks I replaced. And, you know, that's kind of how we ended up with the final shape of this island. I actually need to chuck some gravel in over here. There's no gravel over on this side. I didn't realize that. And then here we've actually got ice spilling out from the bottom over here. Now this was the kind of maddening thing, was finishing up the structure for this building. Now, I knew I wanted this side to mirror the other side in terms of what's over here. You know, ice to see you, McBain. And just, you know, some just clusters of ice and snow, blue ice, different things like that down here at random intervals and stuff. I knew I wanted these quote unquote windows. They're not windows. That's packed ice in there. You know, to be on both sides. But for the lengthwise portions of the building, I didn't know what I actually wanted to do here. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, numerous different iterations of what I could do with the sides of this building. So this was actually a design here. I'm going to take you to a creative world really quickly. Let's jump over there. So this is the ice farm a little bit before I actually got a chance to finish it here. And you can kind of see like some conceptual window designs that I went with. You'll see I kind of had massive openings in these different places at first. Like you can kind of see here. And I was thinking I was going to just do a bigger version of what's on the end caps of the building once upon a time. But then I kind of decided I didn't really like that idea. I thought that wasn't necessarily going to work out all that well. So then I kind of started playing around with different ideas. And then, I mean, this was a super on the nose. What if I did eyes for every window? Like the ice farm. So their eyes, I don't know. But then I kind of chucked these two small little things in here, these two little windows. And I didn't like that so much, but I was like, what if I staggered some windows on their sides? What if I staggered some windows like on their sides and everything, and then just kind of did a wave pattern going up the building, kind of, well, you know, weaving like that. And that's when you end up with stuff that looks kind of like this. And, you know, we'll go back over to the main build now so you can see the full effect of this on the building proper. And you could really see here, there's light blue glass in all of them. I had a debate whether I wanted to do a contrasty kind of color or if I wanted to match the ice aesthetic. I ended up sticking with the ice aesthetic, and there's way too much glass in here to change it now. So I'm not going to do it. I refuse. I think it looks really good with that anyway. But yeah, you take a look here and like they're alternating in pattern. So they started, and you know, you kind of think of like the big square. This is it right here, 4 across, and then it was like 7 high. So that's the big square right there. And you know, they start on like basically this one starts on the outside, this one starts on the inside, and then they go up and back and up, and then they finish in the middle of the top. So the top is uniform, and that it's at the middle of the vertical column of 4 blocks. But I love this. I actually think it looks really good. It's a nice visual detail that just kind of, you know, draws the eye. So I especially like, let's get the gear rocking and rolling here so I can really show you guys this thing, like flying into it especially. I think it looks fantastic. I'm so happy with the way it turned out with how it looks here. Yeah, I mean, I am in love with that window design. Like that turned out better. Like the whole effect, like I liked the way that it looked in the creative world, but I wasn't 100% sure how it was going to look when I finally got it fleshed out onto the entire building here. Especially you've got some of the areas where there's ice falling down over the front of the building, like growing down over the front of the building, so you can't really see anything that is going on or anything. We can take a look at it over here from the base side of this as well. I decided to get a little bit more creative. Even still over here, we've got a portion of this where the ice is actually like on the side of the road. Like it's the ice and snow has actually spilled onto the roadway from the side of the building here. And you've got like a huge cluster of it just kind of all clustered in down here. Big mess. And then there's actually a big ice flow that goes underneath the water here. I really, really liked that. I really like, again, playing with these different kinds of visual details. So there's so much. Like you think about this ice farm, like it's a very, very simple thing. It's an ice farm, but there is so much going on with this thing detail-wise. I love all of the little visual details. Yes, it's definitely busy, but I wanted it to have that kind of overgrown with ice kind of thing because I really like again, I'd mentioned this earlier in the video, but Tommy's got these kind of overgrowths over here of ice and stuff. And I really wanted to play around with that myself over here and just kind of have these ice sickles and everything. Like this ice farm is just so productive that the ice is literally like kind of spilling off of the signs and everything. But like I said, I decided to kind of build some stuff down into these gaps and stuff because there's no reason for those gaps to be there. They don't need to be there at all. And this is where our redstone is, of course, that takes the signal from our switch at the middle of the farm. Let's give this baby a little test here. And you can see what I meant right there by those slime blocks. They are right on this layer here, which is why we have to have that gap there, because most blocks in the game, a slime block, now I could put like honey blocks in there and they're going to slide right past those, but I don't know how good that would necessarily look with all the other aesthetics of the farm. I just don't think it would look all that great. Oh, did I turn this off? Oh no. Whew. That was almost bad. Because they will not stop unless you make sure you flip that switch, because that observer down there is going to keep them powered and keep them running. But that, I mean, that's the ice farm. I mean, and I don't know why they're transparent like that. That's weird jankiness in Bedrock Edition, I think, with the flying machines, the way that they work in Bedrock Edition. I'm not 100% certain. But now to jump back in here, I know you guys have seen in here before, but I had to make a change in here. And I don't know why I thought this was a good idea, but of course, I had that row of slabs over the top of this row here, which, oh God. I had a row of slabs over the top of this thing here, which when I would break the ice above would then land on the slabs and not get flushed into the system. So I had to replace it with the signage, so that way we have no loss. No loss, at least within the water collection system. There are, of course, like a ton of rafters and stuff in here. The ice is inevitably going to get hung up on. There is absolutely, positively no way, and I mean that sincerely, there is no way to counter that with this farm design. You are simply going to have some loss. But I mean, like even things like, I would love to put trapdoors. Like we have the Achacha trapdoors up like this. I love the way that they look. I love that kind of nice splash of contrasty color on the front and back of this. I really should replace these with acacia signs, but I don't know why I didn't. You know, if we climb up here, you know, I mean, this is basically it. You run along here, you get yourself your silky touchy, and then you just kind of make your run here. And I mean, this is one of the bigger perks of Bedrock Edition versus Java Edition. You could not do this with this farm specifically in Java Edition. Now, I know Java Edition has like probably much crazier, much better ice farms. I haven't had to build one in Java Edition, so I don't know. You know, in Java, like and that's one of those things I've talked about that in other episodes and stuff. But like Bedrock versus Java, it's so weird the way that scaffolding is different. It's different the way you place it, and it's different in the way that you break it. Like you can see me here, like actively trying to break this, and you know, it takes a minute. In Bedrock, it's like instantaneous, or not in Bedrock. In Java, it's instantaneous. It breaks like instantly. So you couldn't use a farm of this design in God, I am so bad. Like I said, I am exhausted. I have been working on this farm so much. I am so thrilled that this thing is finally done. I need to actually get chopping out some of the ice here and kind of clear out all of this space here, and then I want to show you guys down underneath the island to close out the video. So I will be back in a few moments because I'm kind of curious. I want to head down to our collection system and sit. Oh my God, again. Jeez. I want to see how much ice we're actually going to get from like this size of a harvest. I can't remember exactly how many blocks this is calculated out, but it's a lot. So I will see you guys in a few minutes when I am done harvesting some ice. This ice farm project has to have been the biggest project that I had like left unfinished that needed to be finished. There's some easy stuff on that board downstairs. I really hope that in the next episode we get something a little bit easier than finish an ice farm. Otherwise, the next episode is going to be woefully delayed as well. Well, welcome back, everybody. And I just wanted to show you. So I did finally finish harvesting both sides of this. Now, we are looking at all of this and all of this. Nothing in there. And boom, all of this, which amounts to, I believe, 89 stacks of 64. So 5,698 ice blocks. That's insane. That's insane. And the ice farm wasn't even like to its maximum depth. But basically, like, it becomes far more laborious to mine it once you get down below that kind of first level of scaffolding, because then you're constantly like, you have mobs spawning on top of it because you're clearing out the top parts and you're just creating big dark spaces. It just doesn't work right in that regard. So I think it's always best to maybe get 2, maybe 3 runs of the farm, fill up the first 2 or 3 layers in there at the top level of scaffolding, and just bloop, blitz all that stuff right out of there. You know what I'm really curious about is how much blue ice this is. How much blue ice is this going to be? Now, I know I could very easily just kind of divide the number by 81, but I actually need blue ice because we don't have a lot of it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to convert this all into blue ice right now. Well, and there are our spoils. A whopping 70 blue ice, just over a stack for almost 5,700 ice blocks, and we've got just a little bit of packed ice and stuff left over. So definitely not a whole lot in terms of that. Blue ice, whenever I need blue ice, it is much easier. Honestly, unless this was an automated farm, which it's not, it's much easier to go find big blue ice deposits and just take out the efficiency 5 netherite and just go to town on it. But packed ice is a much different story. So if I just divide that number by 9, then that's 633 pieces of packed ice, which is basically what I would be using the farm for, is to convert to packed ice. Blue ice, like, whoa, God, what on earth was that about? I don't even know. That was really strange. But yeah, I mean, unless you're really like going crazy on that kind of a thing, it's kind of pointless, I feel. But I mean, yeah, that is the ice farm. I am so thrilled that this thing is finally done, and now I can fly around in here a little bit easier since we don't have all that ice hanging from the ceiling. And I mean, there were losses because there were just individual little blocks on different layers of the flooring here that I just didn't feel like getting. I really didn't. I mean, it's not 100% lossless. There's nothing I can do about that. Not with the design of this farm being kind of the way that it is. But you guys are just definitely going to have to let me know. Like I said, the ice farm, I built this farm itself ages ago. The farm and the kind of just bland rectangle building have been here for ages, but now I feel like it's just so much more visually interesting. There's so much more going on with this build here. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I especially love this view along the road here. Like, now it's not just a big stone brick building just kind of sitting along the edges of everything. I just thought that did not look good at all, and now I'm so thrilled to have this. You know, I just think it looks beautiful. You just got all these amazing ice blocks everywhere. Oh, it's just beautiful. Make sure, you know, if you like the video, the best thing that you can do to help me out, leave a comment, leave a like on the video. Let YouTube know that you like the content, because that really helps me out. It helps me play that YouTube algorithm, Algorithm, wasn't that in that new Space Jam movie? I didn't watch it, but I heard a lot of people talk about it. It didn't interest me in the slightest, but yeah, this is it, guys. Just an absolute beauty of an ice farm. You guys are definitely gonna have to let me know what you think. Thank you so much for all of your amazing support on this series. Thank you so much for, again, liking, subscribing, commenting, because I know you're such a beautiful legend, and that's exactly what you're gonna do because you love this face. You love this face. I miss this shuck of hair in the Spring Creek SMP. I really do. Thank you so much for watching those episodes as well. I hope that you are doing amazing. I hope that you and yours are well. Take good care of yourselves. Be kind to somebody. Too many people, so many are focused on dividing, on hate, on just fighting and arguing. And, just don't do that. Don't do that. Just love people. Be kind to people, even when you disagree with them, even when they're, different from you. Just love people. Put goodness out into the world. There's so much negativity. There's so much hate in the world. The world could use a lot more love and goodness. Like, that hair is coming disconnected from the top of my head and it's looking super weird. Yeah, just be good. Be kind to yourselves. Thank you so much for watching. And we started this episode dealing with a chest monster. And now we've got another one to take care of. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next episode of Tritoncraft.